Breakfast asked for Dark Horse, and he actually sincerely said EG. I don't think he's blowing smoke up of any of our bottoms. He truly believes EG might be a bit of a surprise. Certainly excited to see if Cirque has returned to a degree of form. When he's on, he is very excited. The odds against them, and MOUZ...
I know it's a fake here.
Well aware.
Look at this. Look how aggressive they are. The util's over. There's nobody on. Right here, pushing forward. Breeze has taken a goosh, so JDC gets an info there.
Yeah, and the bomb was spotted. Frozen still looking to combine with JDC on that ramp side. It's Frozen in and Breeze out. automatic joins the list of dead EG members. It's only neaLaN now as the bomb will be going down, and MOUZ with a near flawless T-pistol. Can neaLaN at least put a blemish on the record? He can. torji plucked from the pack. And MOUZ with his T-start. Lovely to be getting that relatively clean. 4 hearts still beating. EG back to the drawing board.
If everything goes by the book here, you know, you look at this for MOUZ. I've watched these guys evolve over this year. Right? Dexter being in this team also gave me a little bit of extra investment.
Sure.
But in terms of the way that they approach things, it tends to be quite simple, right? Very default heavy. They'll take their time. They'll do things by the book here. They have some flary players, that's for sure. We've definitely seen that in buckets and spades. But here I think it's just about keeping that laser focus that this team has. It's all about experience for these guys, getting as much as they can. And they're definitely getting a little bit more here. Coming in, I know the desk said that EG, they have them winning, but MOUZ are the favorites. You can't argue otherwise to me.
Yeah, I mean, and both teams are showing the yield from their academy projects. You've got Hexed on one side, but you've also got Cyclone, JDC, xertioN, and torji. So they certainly have very quickly gone shopping into that academy roster. MOUZ starting to bear fruit, certainly in-game as well as in the bigger picture. Already into the ace side. Now those smokes are going to fade. It's time to find some degree of safety. Spam through. Dexter has met his match. Breeze is D primed and ready. Only 2 left in the clip, and xertioN got 2 to find. He has torji in tow, and it should have been Cirque down and out. Instead, the scouts are filling the feed. automatic on the double. It's up to JDC now. On the triple. All of them a triple. On the spray as well. Rather appropriate. Only neaLaN now, but he's been handed something he can perhaps dig his teeth into. A well-placed smoke. They'll go wide on it. Wasn't expecting that. Frozen with the disrespect. Closes it out. Got a bit scary for a second.
Yeah, definitely so. I think the fact that they take so many casualties over towards CT Spawn, you understand why, right? You don't want to give them the access of Avenue right there, but they give them exactly that. So JDC will mop things up. Okay, so automatic here, just striking with this scout, even going wide for the second now under xertioN. And this is JDC one more time. The lineup perfect. You can see just trying to bodyguard the mate right there, but both go down in one fell swoop. And they'll secure their second, and that's where we will see EG opt in with a very, very light investment here. A HE, a flash, a couple of P250s, and a B stack. Now, that was simple stuff. And they execute, they roll in together. Sure, they trip over their shoelaces a little bit, but not the end of the world. As we have a bit of a scouting party. Dexter, xertioN, and torji down the mid corridor as JDC and Frozen investigate towards A. Seems pretty open, Frozen says. Creeps on in, sandwich clear. Dark about to be the same, and this will be a free plant. So they've been able to navigate their way across the map here with ease. Bomb's even going to be planted safely. One
would assume as well, MOUZ, when they saw the draw, licking their lips at the prospect of a 2-0.
Yeah, look, I think you wouldn't have wanted to say that out loud, but in the back of their minds, for sure, right? That type of lineup going up against EG, you think, okay, yeah, like we could have drawn much harder opponents than this. And I know that Mahone thinking the team is on the rise. They're definitely looking better, right? I don't think there's any doubt about that. This is a better looking EG.
Yeah.
But not a great looking EG. This is cheeky from Cirque here.
I'm not sure if any member of MOUZ really wants to round that corner, so...
No need.
Yeah, and you really cannot see a thing through those little shutters. But MOUZ flawless, loving life.
Important to do so, though. With how close last round got, keeping all these bodies alive is very important here. So it looks like 4 should stay alive as well for the EG side. They're not offering up any free deaths and free cash in that regard. And now we'll get into the gun rounds here. Cirque straight into the AWP, M4s are plenty for the rest. But how are they going to take this? We just saw 0-0 Nation on their CT side kind of sit back, just chill, just relax, whereas, oh, a bit of a peeping Tom there. Cirque looking through the blinds. But yeah, it wasn't too much initiative being taken. They weren't the ones dictating the play, they were being dictated to, and sure, that was mainly by xertioN.
Yeah, heard in the interview, automatic, saying Cirque works best with a very clear mission and goal. Well, his goal here is to use that AWP to tuck some members of MOUZ in for an early bedtime.
Well, this mid control completely garnered here. You see this variation of mid control, right? No window smoke required here, just one on the center of the ramp. And now in exchange towards connector. They're not really playing on top of mid right now. Breeze is relatively passive, automatic the same. They are playing a retake setup on A during all of this and are hedging their bets towards B. But I mentioned before, MOUZ, they like to take things default. They will feel you out, they will wait for the moves, and then Dexter will call that finishing blow once the information has come back down the pipeline. So JDC, as you just saw over towards B, frozen again over towards A ramp. You can see Dexter, the in-game leader, floating back over towards spawn here to help set things up. And they still have quite a bucket load of utility here, and we are at the sub-minute mark.
What a perfect embodiment of exactly what you've been talking about. You know, Dexter, hands off the mouse and keyboard, just waiting for the info, waiting for it to come down the pipeline.
And now he calls the finish, right? So they've got the 45 seconds left. The smoke towards window will plume, and where do they want to go? B split looking likely here.
xertioN, newest addition, flash through. It's Breeze that will have a lot of action here, and oh, he's let it go. Dexter just body shots him down. neaLaN does hold on. He has the apps, but he will have to brave the flames or wait this one out. Loses automatic. A very nice find from Dexter. 2 on the Galil now in the feed, and the B site surely lost, despite neaLaN still being present.
Yeah, held up A by the flames. Really good stuff here. So Iceland, this is great. You can stay there. Just sit, chill. We know what one of you are, and torji does eventually find the spray. Hex goes down, and Cirque, I'm sure he wants to save this one. neaLaN, he's going to hightail it. xertioN hot on the trail. Taking this AWP away means nothing to worry about in the next round of play, and he snaps straight onto Cirque. Look, it's not tidy, it's not clean, but it's the kills.
Yeah, you know, it's like many of the Twitch viewers' bedroom. It's not tidy, but it's not a mess.
And I guess you can just push it under the bed when mum comes in. So, all good.
You just have the webcam direction, you know, just enough for the webcam.
The line of sight.
The line of, thank you. I was struggling there.
That's what we're looking for.
Yep.
Well, there it is. Now, so they're going to convert that first gun round and get themselves up to a hefty lead. 4-0 start here, but this is the cruel mistress of Counter-Strike, right? We could find ourselves at a 5 or 6 round game, and at that point, you've only had EG play 2 gun rounds, right? 2 full gun rounds. That's really good work from Dexter here. Just tidy on the Galil. As we mentioned, messy spray, but it's all good as long as you get the kill. Nothing retained here to have too much of a conversation about. This AK for neaLaN, the biggest to boast. A few deagles, a scout. So some threats, because we've already seen MOUZ offer up a couple of extra kills against these lighter buys, but xertioN straight up the ramp, aggression, and one spotted immediately. Yeah,
that nade just a bit shy, automatic, vision obscured, but full health. Dexter, early on this crawl, JDC in support. Oh, and safe with that lovely gap or spread of the smoke. No one currently from EG responsible for this connector, likely going to be aware of potential early crawl from him. Frozen though, distraction. Dexter, how early is this? He does. Molly's out Breeze, forces him into the window room. A lovely gap for Frozen to work with, but Hex is right underneath him, and Hex has taken the AK, taken the frag. Does go down, but now things starting to spiral. EG, legs to this round now. Some armor, some weapons, and some problems with JDC putting one into Breeze. Now that's the bomb. xertioN cannot let this go. Oh no, not the full clear. Back is turned. The bomb could be lost, as could the round. EG on just a partial. xertioN snap into the second and does so. Will he consider the flank? neaLaN, handy on the AK, fully equipped to go clutch. 1v2. xertioN's disappeared. He's not expecting the balcony, because why would you? And that is a save. A lovely 3-piece bargain bucket from xertioN.
Very well handled. Very, very well handled. Another threatening round, again, against the lighter investment here. You can see them being cheeky with their early A looks, right? The ramp aggression, the Palace one way that was provided Dexter with all that space, but they gave them enough rope to hang themselves here, right? They lured them into the site, then the fights kept coming their way, and luckily, xertioN bailed them out. Now, I want to talk a bit more about him, but we'll focus here on round number 6, because the guns are back out. Cirque, again, with the AWP, needs to find some traction this time, and well, he's just going to be the footstool there. Towards the vent will be Breeze one more time, and swiftly again towards connector with several members are MOUZ.
Yeah, there's a lot of pace in this. And lovely gap over the smoke. Automatic caught out. xertioN, a necessary trade. Maintains advantage for MOUZ, and things now, well, would have slowed down, but torji takes down the rival AWPer. And xertioN quickly tucks himself into that window smoke, so things falling fast for EG. neaLaN down on B, Breeze in the middle, and in 2 minds as to where he wants to go. Loud and through the smoke. xertioN
Oh, you say in the middle, he was literally in the middle of everybody there. You got one over towards A, one in the window room, one over towards C spawn, so very easy stuff here for MOUZ. They're running away with this one now. Now, I wanted to bring up xertioN because his addition to the team, right, it came with a bit of controversy because Bemis was ripped on outright, and everyone was like, hey, this ain't on. But I think that, now, this is twofold. One, he's the real deal. Or two, he hasn't been beaten into submission by the big dogs in these type of environments just yet to be a bit more timid, right?
Sure.
But the type of plays that he's been able to make, the impact he's been able to find has been fantastic. As we do get a bit of a tactical timeout for the side of EG. A good trade there from xertioN, right? Now, he's one of the individuals, at least during the RMRs, who didn't look flustered. He didn't look flustered by the environment that was ahead of him, whereas torji, he definitely went missing. And you can't have that from a star AWPer, especially with a budding team like MOUZ, who are continuing to garner experience. We've got some fresh moves out there in the crowd. But again, this cycle for EG, 2 gun rounds, and the score's 6-0. Right? I know they've had a couple of either like a force buy or a chip-in round.
But like the washing machine is fully on.
And then again, okay, all right, guys, we're going to have some deagles again. And then next round, and at that point, the score is already 7-0.
Yeah. And you're getting very tired of that familiar dialogue being rattling over your team comms. Yeah, deagles, maybe stack something.
There's one way to change this. Either start saving a couple of more guns, but you need to find a few more kills here. Down the bottom of the scoreboard, Cirque and Hex not finding much traction so far. But it's not like they're alone, right? neaLaN and Breeze, they've only got 2 kills apiece.
Oh, they came really nicely to torji, but Breeze at least with a little resistance. That's a big headshot to post. Takes down torji, but still the advantage for MOUZ. Likely to see the plant uncontested. And be Dexter. Considering his options, that threatening presence of Cirque. You can see he doesn't want to overcommit, doesn't want to be caught out in the middle of the air. And that smoke kind of solves all of his problems.
Yeah, this is great. The fact that they're not flustered in this environment, they're not rushing it, they're taking their time, they're understanding the situation, they know what they're up against, they're using what they have on the utility belt. That is everything that you want to see. It means communication's flowing. People aren't taking unnecessary risks. People are actually a bit poised in an environment like this. So, solid stuff. And I think this round should be a bit of a non-issue here. So, damage, great. A kill for confidence, also good. Or picking up a rifle to carry forward. That'd be tidy too, but just trying to chip away here. xertioN will find another JDC, the final onto Cirque there. And right now, it's feeling like a blowout. It has to change right here, right now. The conversation for this game needs to get started. And guess what? EG found themselves in this exact same position against IHC, and they came back and won the game. Right?
Yeah.
Exact same position. Now, I know it's a different kettle of fish with MOUZ in the server, sure, but they were down, right? They already know they can come back in these situations, so as long as they're starting to believe, Alex.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Mahone reminded us that there's resilience now. EG used to be a team that once they're down 0-7, it was curtains.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, I mean, we get to find out live. Aggression thrown into the mix. Immediate frag out of neaLaN. Dexter trying to get away. The nade and the bullets hail, and he's gone too. Okay, problems. As EG have sprung to life as they finally get some weapons in their hands.
But finally dictated the play, decided where they want to take the fight. They did that on the pistol and they got sat on their ass. neaLaN will find JDC, so he's activated now in a big way. And the round changes completely here for MOUZ. It's not just about victory at this point, damage. So xertioN will find Hexed. It does open things up here slightly. You can see them gravitating quite heavily, at least to deal with that gap that's now been opened. Breeze and neaLaN having a bit of a meeting over towards shore. Automatic still floating around trying to help out Cirque towards A. So there are some gaps that can be exploited here. They don't look comfortable, EG.
I'm not sure I'd be comfortable as well with xertioN in the form he's in right now. A 1.7 rating against outsiders seems to have matched that here in his second. The major, and just the top of Breeze's head. Information flow in, a fumble on the jump, but still 40 seconds. Him and Frozen can talk this one out.
EG can't lose this. This would be miserable. We're talking about that mental resilience that maybe you want to buy into that conversation, sure. But if you lose a round like this, you're going to be in the dumps. neaLaN addressing an opportunity for this B play. Automatic hot on the trail as well. So dropping in towards the underpass, 25 seconds. It has to be the B finish now.
Eyes on neaLaN. Util on Frozen. Will there be the flash? Will they go in dry? The flank is just a second too late. Leaping in now. neaLaN to activate. Frozen alone. And not much health to work with, nor time. He's actually opted for the fake. 5 seconds, knows the flank. automatic, far too wise to his games, and now the clock expires. Likely to follow is Frozen. Has everyone actually frozen in place.
Okay, musical chairs right there, but I said the round changed at a certain point there for MOUZ, right? As soon as they lost those kills to that aggressive play up top mid, it was just about damage, and they managed to get, well, 3 kills out of this. So this is great. It's fantastic from neaLaN to push forward to take these fights. This is looking good. But then at that point, losing so many bodies here, the reinvestments are available. It is not the end of the world by any means. But if MOUZ can have another round like this, or even win one right now, it's going to be back in that stinging situation for poor EG. Faster out mid this time. Yeah. They don't want the aggression to come their way.
He's still coming though, through the smoke and down and out. Short-lived for Timothy Tar. Breeze as well, added to the naughty list. It's xertioN again, fills the feed, 14 and counting here in round 9.
This is where MOUZ can just sit and wait. They no rush, really. They have the number advantage. You're expecting CT re-aggressors or a gamble stack. So if you take your time, especially when you have 1 minute and 20 left on the clock, why not? There's no rush, and as mentioned, the fight might come your way. This is a hard clear for the likes of xertioN and Hext.
Yeah, I don't know if I favor that. Perfect placement of the crosshair. xertioN has to do it with the AWP, and Frozen really sends EG back to spawn unless neaLaN's got a 1 versus 4 into the 9th round of play. Of course, as we know, MOUZ, they tend to cross their T's, dot their I's, and hand in their homework on time.
Yeah, but Torji was just running over towards A and then called off. So JDC will go and clear out the B bomb site. Torji not too far behind, and that smoke towards A is going to keep the attention of neaLaN here. So Frozen has done his job, and then some. Those 2 kills, right, the fact that he was in that very forward position, if he was at the base of the ramp, that's a fairer fight for Hext in that situation, and then xertioN likely trades, but the fact he was so tight on that angle, and xertioN knows that he can't make a sound cue, he knows he can't go quick on it, takes the time to reposition from Frozen, brilliant round done, and now it has to be the save for neaLaN. He has to worry about players all around him here, and you can see awares of that, tucked in towards jungle. I don't think Frozen wants him to get away with his life. Still staying tucked over towards that A ramp, but this is the half one. MOUZ now 8-1 scoreline. And, well, this isn't how it went against IHC.
No, and some very short-lived resilience. And as you were discussing, this reposition from Frozen makes it a nightmare for xertioN. And, yeah, very well played from Frozen. It's rare when you're in that role to have 2 jumping straight on into your jaws. You can see neaLaN actually goes looking. Wants to do some damage on the way out the door. Takes Torji down as well by virtue of the bomb. Beautiful. And some chip damage, an upgraded weapon. And something for EG to celebrate in that round loss. But obviously, big picture, it's only 1. You really need to see something consistent. Now you can see MOUZ have actually got more cash than they know what to do with. And we are seeing a CT timeout, so on the mics now.
You can see the cameramen having an easy time finding the staff around these teams, aren't they? That was Mad Cow there, the manager of EG. We had Marius there before. We had Sabrina as well from the MOUZ camp, so you're getting a bit of everybody. Maybe the only jerseys in the arena for these 2 teams, I would say. But having Vorborg take this second timeout, there has to be that conversation, right? Saved or, well, you know where it's going to xertioN. Now how else do we deal with the cash? What are you dropping xertioN? Who's getting the M4? Hext, you can buy yourself, right? This is those chats that are being had right now. And you have to buy at this point. You need to start winning. You need some rounds. This is the CT side of Mirage. And a little bit of action left in the crowd. They're getting on their feet. They're having a bit of a clap. Oh, that's not the full invest. Okay. So they know the loss bonus maxed on out here. The AWP, they kind of get that as a treat, right?
Yeah.
Take a shot here, xertioN. Take a risk. Take a chance.
Passive for now. neaLaN quite the opposite. Look at that forward position and continuing to walk in. JDC's poised and 2 bullets. Problem solved. Rifle gone. EG now in a tailspin.
This is way too easy for MOUZ, isn't it?
Just came their way.
A lot of the time that seems to be the case. After these initial exchanges, the space that they're taking, and then the fights, you know the CTs have to play for that information. Wouldn't mind checking in the opening kill statistics here. It's looking fantastic for the side of MOUZ.
I mean, bar that 1 round, I would hazard.
What are we looking at? 7 out of the 10 rounds of play so far. So that's not too shabby.
I mean, xertioN's still equipped, let's not forget, but MOUZ also probably not forgetting.
You're not so worried about it in this environment anyway. Like I said that xertioN, yeah, you can have a pot shot, you can take a crack. He's sitting a ticket. You're not going to open up the round from here unless the kills come to you. And, well, maybe Frozen will oblige. A missed shot, AWP noted now. Hey, boys, let's get into B. And that's the only man you have to deal with. Breeze, he's going to eat the dirt. And the final 3 are on A. So at this point, if I'm Dexter, I'm thinking, okay, the AWP was at A. Let's take this away. Let's not allow them to have any residual cash going forward in this half. Dexter has top mid. JDC can start pushing market. Torshi's what's in the flank. And Frozen is still over towards the Palace position at A. So where are you meant to hide if you're evil geniuses? Apparently nowhere.
Yeah, just a process of elimination for the T side, and the clock just ticking for this hunt as opposed to anything else. Circa, where he was spotted out on ticket.
I do like the hunt as well, right? And I know that the loss bonus is in play. I know that Cirque can buy another one here, but they already feel pretty miserable, EG. You're going to feel worse if they come and take everything away from you here. The repossession.
Yeah, the repo men. xertioN and, well, it was Frozen. There's another. It's just that all. Running him down, a couple more seconds. Cirque looks just about gets away. Whew.
Blink and you miss it. A disappearing act there. Okay, well, that means all this extra cash Cirque has either going to mean future AWPs for him, investing well here, Cirque. But regardless, I'm starting to think it doesn't matter. A 9-1 scoreline. This really felt like not a whole lot of resistance. The only round was when EG barreled multiple members up mid with aggression. When you had Automatic getting flashed out and taking that fight, he got dealt with quite easily. And now I feel like Dexter can call anything that he would like. Again, this aggressive play towards A ramp. They extinguish the molly. They make sure that now you're on high alert. It means more bodies have to worry about A. Mid's more of an open avenue, but it's not even the answer here. It looks like it will be a B finish. So Dexter flirting with A, but just to finish with B.
Yeah, one difference is that Cirque early dispatch towards B. So he will be here and ahead of that smoke in order to perhaps contribute. Takes the heels off of JDC. Finished now by Breeze. The 1-2 punch. On the fresh mag and another frag. neaLaN puts the bomb on the floor of B. This is better. EG, 2 frags to the good, not a single casualty back. Cirque wants to maintain his ground and just a lick of the flame forces his position. Seems like Dexter wants to pull the plug on this, but the bomb is committed. You have to find a way in.
Again, they could just wait, though, and hope that the overpeaks come in, because Evil Geniuses are exploring towards mid right now. Automatic dropping down has sealed their fate. They will have to fight towards B, but they're just sitting and waiting for those jewels.
Understandably so. Heavy disadvantage, a 2-man advantage for the Evil Geniuses. Feels almost compulsory that they convert here. Molly will force neaLaN wide. Extinguish, swung, distracting bullets. neaLaN still posted into his crosshair once again. It's all neaLaN, 3 frags. Only Frozen standing, and there's the cherry on top. EG, they have an answer for that B commit.
Well, apparently it's neaLaN is the man needed to get them these rounds here. He's towards the top of the scoreboard for the squad and has an impact in both of the rounds that they've been able to post so far. I think that's 2 3-pieces from him. So neaLaN definitely finding a bit of traction here. Obviously, he's the import and into the in-game leader role. I know that's turned a lot of heads. It's definitely made a lot of people have some conversations, Kassan being one of those. And I'm curious how Paul Mahone's going to find the death segment if Cirque doesn't find too many more kills here. 1 for 7 right now. Yanko's going to be licking his chops in the green room.
I mean, I think, you know, it's going to be very beneficial for Mahone to have a desk with Yanko, you know.
Yeah, the big drop.
Yeah, it's a valuable lesson to learn. But the game is not done. Perhaps Cirque isn't either. Different look this time out of MOUZ. Torji, Frozen.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, both connecting. And it's Cirque that's unfortunately forced to watch.
Just walking into fights, this is ridiculous.
Hexed under a lot of scrutiny now. He's known, forced to extinguish. If he goes up the ladder, he's a dead man. Supported now by a very limited cast of EG. Both on the site, and if it's MOUZ, you know what's up next. They're probably expecting, oh, they're not expecting xertioN. A nice bit of info for Dexter, and it should be curtains.
The bomb's going to go B.
Yeah, of course, but look at this. Oh, he's going to let neaLaN have a little investigation. And the frags come, one, but not done. neaLaN.
This is interesting now. At least it's something that neaLaN can work with. It's a 1-on-2 situation. The bomb will go down now, so 40 seconds thrust onto the clock. It's penny dropping for him now.
Much further away from B.
No, it is a long rotation back, but this is the type of round at a 9-2 scoreline you should give a crack.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to see it. Perhaps going to opt for that short strafe instead to the market. He has to be quite proactive and loud about this. He hasn't really got the time for complete subtlety. Bench occupied. Couple of stray bullets. Needs to get that smoke deployed. And yeah, JDC will convert. MOUZ up to 10, and that's T-side rounds as well. So Evil Genius is certainly going to be scratching their heads on the side swap if they don't start posting just the last few. A handful will do.
It's just comfy now, isn't it? Like, with this type of a scoreline right here, and I know it can crumble, I know it's a best of one, but we're not seeing any fight from EG. If this was closer rounds, I could start to make you a bit of an argument. I could say, yeah, sure, there's an opportunity, there's a chance, but realistically, it hasn't been the case. I would say more of their rounds that have been close, not the ones they've converted, have been with those lighter investments. In the full gun rounds, unless neaLaN's able to get them a couple of three pieces, it's not looking good.
Torji's got his eye already pressed to the scope, so no sound cue to be given, as he might want to get a little more aggressive than normal. Speaking of aggressive, you can see Cirque posted up, courtesy of Automatics hold in mid. 3 CTs dispatched for an aggressive mid setup. Frozen, ooh, just trigger finger itching to take down that jumping CT.
It's likely a retake setup with this, and yeah, now the Hex gets away, definitely. So this mid setup, Breeze, Cirque, Automatic have not moved. They are not buying this. And that's a good call. It isn't the A play. It is over towards B. Dexter's in, Frozen in, Torji in. Bomb's not here. 1 for 1. Good trade. Quick from Torji back, and they're walking into the side. But here's neaLaN again. The bomb's being dropped. The cavalry needs to be getting over here quick, and he drops them.
More.
It's all neaLaN.
The impact he is having, I mean, in terms of EG's conversions, it's all neaLaN. Doesn't over-rotate, doesn't overcook it. And now another round that's destined to be converted.
There's another situation right here. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Look, MOUZ have started to wear through the cash, so the save here is integral. Don't need to hold on to this AWP. Torji can drop an AK. Frozen won't be getting any loss bonus into the next, and we've got 15 seconds left. That's if he even survives. Just on the other side, doing the dance is Hexed on the jiggle. He's heard that step, so Hexed, you're a brave boy if you want to make the way through the murder hole. It's called that for a reason, and yeah, there you go. He will oblige.
Just puts his head in the guillotine, pulls at the string himself. And off with his head. Still 3. EG would love to replicate that into the final 2 of our first half. Yes, best of ones as he's addressed. And this is that 1-0 game. So one of these two teams, MOUZ clear front runners, to be going into the second day of the major with that 2-0.
I believe that's a no-scope from that distance. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. So Torji showing us how it's done. A timeout call, and this will be from MOUZ. Right, a conversation. Hey boys, 12-3 sounds a whole lot better than 10-5. So let's see if we can get ourselves across that magical line. I mentioned the guns to be dropped. That has been the case. There's AKs in the hands of 3 players for MOUZ, and poor Dexter, the in-game leader, taking the sacrifice onto the Galil. The buy is looking beautiful on the other side as well, but no AWP available for Cirque here. What's the change going to be from MOUZ here, right? This is where you could just pull out an execute. You can still play tricky if you'd like to continue with these defaults. The mid plays have been pretty good once xertioN gets that control.
Yeah, let's find out. xertioN ready and waiting to extinguish Cirque's incendiary. Slight gap on the walk-up short, so very much an established hold for mid. Just going through his protocols, wants to keep that presence. Oh, and I say that, that's more than a protocol. He's walking up on this. Slight misthrow. Re-smoke connector, apparent presence from Automatic. I mean, looks like it won't be xertioN to take that first contact, or at least you'd hope not. You can see Frozen edging in. Hex spotted out again on this jump. He's doing it well, he's doing it safe, but need frags from him as well. xertioN hoping enough and sufficient distraction. It's neaLaN again with the impact. A multi-kill spray down, immediately leveled out into an equilibrium. It's Breeze. Bites back. xertioN very low. Breeze the same. Hex still a nuisance on this CT. And the bomb is on Frozen's back, but he's the healthy one. May want to be the bodyguard.
The longer they take here, they're waiting for the fight to come their way, but the longer they take, the U-turn is going to fade. Breeze is getting closer now on this rotation through the back lines. And standing a bit of a sore thumb is xertioN now. On top of the box, that's perfect plucking for Breeze.
Yeah, it should be a matter of seconds here. Breeze likely not going to have his crosshair. Oh, bang on the money. And, oh, just in time. The money will do it, though. Bomb cancelled, repositioned, and cooked to a crisp. Only Frozen. 15 seconds. Breeze's position is problematic. You can't get in, and so he thinks better of it. will look to maintain the AK-47. No extra cash for him, and cash becoming a bit more of a conversation for our final round.
Yeah, definitely so. Here, you look at the next round of play, we're going to be having that 1900 loss bonus. So there's an opportunity for one more AK purchase and less drop. So this round, maybe you have 2 AKs for MOUZ here to try and get this 11-4 scoreline. It has been a great half, but they might end up losing 4 of the final 5 rounds here.
Yeah.
So that could help EG going into the halftime break.
And help Mahone have something to talk about into that death segment when they get there. 10-5 half, as you just discussed, after that timeout. Yeah, certainly sounds a whole lot better for EG than it could have been.
I think they need to finish quite quickly here, MOUZ. Like, they've been not getting found out a little bit more so, but neaLaN seems to have his finger on the pulse. Right place, right time seems to be exactly on the agenda for neaLaN today. And again, well, he's over towards B. JDC ahead of this, using the smoke to try and find a gap, and has done. Now, the silent drop is not plausible there. He will make a sound cue, but nobody's heard this. Look at all the room that JDC has right now. Walking into the B bomb site, MAC-10 in hand. Nobody knows he's home. Now they do.
Oh, and he's been lost stuck. The distraction, the punishment. Torji, great on the AK there. 2 into the B site. MOUZ surely licking their chops. It's neaLaN again, long range, good frag. JDC equips himself with Cirque's AWP and doing damage as neaLaN goes down as well. Just as there was a little bit of light in the round for EG, it's JDC with 3. Could be 4. Is he expecting this apps? It's automatic. He's been a regular return to the apartment. It's about a question of timing. JDC, tip of the head, soon to be exposed, and well, that's 4. A quad kill out of the German, and it's an 11-4 half. MOUZ happy with that. Psychro definitely happy with that. Close to the 2-0.
I'm gonna kill him.
Scout. Nice. M4 last.
On one.
Can be anywhere, okay?
Can you just chillax down?
Yeah,
Chillax.
I'm just holding myself down.
He can be behind me. I'm gonna play on the back.
Just do that.
I'm picking city slowly. Gonna play on the back. Ramp.
You could be jungle holding cross.
Nice! Open, sorry, open.
Oh. Getting it?
Insane!
Hey Future Pros, we have another execute for you and your friends to learn. This execute will help when you are taking the B site on Mirage. For this setup, you will need at least 3 Future Pros and 3 smokes and optionally a bunch of flashes. Let's break this down. Future Pro number 1, you'll be throwing one of the arch smokes. To do this, line yourself up with this corner of the cracked stone floor. Aim at the left side of this dark squarish smudge on the wall, then simply jump throw the smoke. Since you threw this from close to mid, I would recommend wrapping around cat to get to B or maybe holding off rotations in mid. Future Pro number 2, you will throw the other arch smoke. To do this, line up with the middle part of this window. Aim to the sky and position your crosshair so it is in the middle of the antenna and the overhang. Then throw the smoke normally. Future Pro number 3, you will be smoking off the window leading into the B site. To throw the smoke, get yourself into this corner. Aim at the corner of this large tower, then jump throw the smoke. Nice and easy. With all 3 of these smokes thrown, taking the B side should be much easier than it would be without them. To make this even easier on your team, get your players to lob as many flashes as possible over the top of B. And as always, good luck.
With Hex, honestly, I didn't know of him before he joined the team. That was something that our, I guess, GM, or that's something that Valens kind of decided, and he brought him onto the table, and I went with it because I trust Valens a lot. So yeah, he happened to be correct on this one, and I think that Hex brings a lot of energy outside of the server. I think that's like definitely his best like redeemable quality, is that he just brings a lot of energy. He always improves the environment and the atmosphere, and it doesn't matter if he's having a bad game, he's still gonna do it. And then in terms of in-game, I think that similar to neaLaN, he's still very young and somewhat inexperienced, and he's just looking to learn and looking to absorb any knowledge that he can. So I think in that way it really helps him, and I think that, you know, he's going to become a good player.
Evil Geniuses boasting 4 rounds going into the T side. It is best of 1. The winner going up into that 2-0 column for tomorrow. MOUZ, hottest prospects for it. Evil Geniuses giving us something to talk about, Chad, into our second half. It wasn't looking great, but a string of rounds. It's 3 in the last 5. Something to dig our teeth into. A pistol goes a long way here too.
Yeah, the classic cliche. They desperately need this here, but on this T side, it is going to be difficult. They've split the forces here, and xertioN very aggressive, wanting to pick up where he left off, and automatic will sit him down quite swiftly. Frozen taking a duel over towards B, so information, they've decided to take fights in both apps. Apparently they're looking for somewhere to live.
JDC into the apps as well. Didn't pay 44 billion for it, but wants it all the same and gets away unscathed.
Okay, so slight information, but really not a lot gained here. More lost as Frozen. The back line peppers away with the USP, but goes down. We never love to see that. That's what you want from EG, though. We want a competitive game, and they need to get this. Just 2 more to find. Might even be the clean sweep.
Yeah, and neaLaN might not have to do anything in order to find a round.
That'd be nice.
That's exciting for him.
A luxury the in-game leader didn't know he had.
JDC quaking in his boots, 17 points of health. You could kill him with a paperclip, and it will be a Glock from neaLaN, who did pull up his socks and post his 18th. Really is. I mean, in comparison to his opponent as well, I think he is, yeah, top of the server scoreboard, Chad. That is really impressive considering.
Very much so. He's having a great game here, neaLaN, so this is fantastic work from him. The import done, and just as we sing his praises, a little bit of a flub right there, but maybe this is a bit of time to give everybody a history lesson. Maybe you haven't been watching Counter-Strike for all the years, but we do have a major winner in the server. That is going to be automatic right now. We know that he went to Valorant and then he came back to us, but it's good to get him back in the CSGO colors. And obviously, on the other side of things, well, you've got the inexperience of MOUZ. 3 players. This is their first major appearance ever for the likes of xertioN, JDC, and Torji. And right now, they're not playing like that's the case. They seem pretty comfy here. Hasn't been too many struggles. But I was covering them off during the RMRs, and when they got to the 2-2 matchup, look, they didn't handle the pressure very well.
Okay.
So, look, if this game starts to get closer and closer, then we can bring that conversation to the forefront, and that will be a consistent pressure point for MOUZ that we have to keep tabs on, is how do they deal with these tighter matches. But Torji wants to take the fight.
Oh, he's in trouble. No, he's not. JDC bails him out immediately. Quick dig to the dome. Breeze down. 4 rifles in play for the remaining Evil Geniuses. xertioN's very active in this. He's got a good shot if he does go for the swing. No slouch on the dig. neaLaN, top fragger in the server. Walking on in contact, and ooh, a bit of a mess. Cost him a heavy blood price, but the frags come their way. Dexter demanded to hit some digs. It's shy of the mark. Still a 3-on-3 though. Torji posted on the scout. Burning lower and lower. Dexter brought to 5. Tries to disrupt, but oof, quick one out of Timothy.
Saved by the bell in some ways there. This round's still on low HP on 2. JDC has this picked up to Galil. Do they want to save? Take their toys home, pack it up, try again tomorrow? Or do they want to give this one a bit of a look in here? Now the bomb's down, 40 seconds thrust onto the clock. I think save is probably the save for the 2 options. JDC can drop that Deagle, and the next they can have 3 upgraded weapons for round number 18. But there was some moments that got a little bit dicey, and it all came down to that timing window. And when xertioN moved away from the connected position and addressed window, that as Torji was making his way back through spawn. Now, if xertioN continued to fight from there, it slows them down, and you maybe expect the Torji scout to find a bit more action. But not to be the case here. EG up to conceding that opening kill, able to right the ship here, and yeah, it's a good round all things considered. So 11-6 now, 5-round game. There is a chance they can bring this back, right? It wasn't an impressive first half. There wasn't anything to get excited about other than neaLaN, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Yeah, I mean, certainly would love to see a couple of those other names in the server start to wake up. We haven't heard or said Circ or Hex name all too much. 7 frag combined from those 2 geniuses.
Well, Hex is another one right here at his first major. A name I don't think was on anybody's radar at the start of the year as far as international Counter-Strike goes. It's good to see him. He looks like he has a bit of an attitude about him. Right? I can see him trying to fire up the boys. I don't know what he's saying. I'm not great at reading lips, but I can imagine there's a few choice words in there.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably bringing a little bit of that puggy flair. Get the boys juiced and ready to rock and or roll. Evil Geniuses taking a leaf out of the MOUZ's book, just spreading out. Leaning B, bomb on the back of xertioN. Torji, though, equipped with his scope rifle. Just the scout on him.
Well, that's the question, right? We have to identify where these saved weapons are, and once we do, we can get a bit of a hurry on. So steps out, and okay, scout confirmed. We know it's towards B. Do we want to continue?
Do you pick up the pace? Nades are being released. Great flash. Frozen playing for the spoiler, and they might be activated. Will they clear him? Will they clear him? They certainly might now. Frozen got a lot on his plate. Takes a shot, loses out, and that's another round for EG. Keeping it all 5 alive would be nice as well. Hext adds another to his tally. And there you have it. 2 to the tally. Puts himself up to 7. EG the same. Going to be feeling good about that one.
Okay, well, similar scenes in the first half, but sure on the other foot here. Can EG do what MOUZ did going into this first gun round? Convert relatively cleanly here. The AWP for Torji in play. The M4 is out for the rest. A defuse kit or 2 for good measure here. So they have everything they need to get back on the board here, MOUZ. As this gets closer and closer, I think that worry for some of these more inexperienced players, which is pretty much across the board, will start to creep in. Oh, that's a big fight. xertioN here, stepping up in a big way. Locks down 2 on the mid control. This is the kid I'm telling you about. He steps up when the team needs him and has put EG on that silver platter now.
Yeah, I mean, you discussed his absence of fear. It's very apparent. He will just take the duel. And succeeded it as well. Question of whether or not he can continue to play like that and with that same pizzazz once you get handed an uncomfortable loss. Still, though, you know, first major and good performance from him so far.
Outsiders was, at least on paper, a much tougher opponent than this of EG, right? So we'll have to see how we grow into this one. The bomb coming back over towards A here.
Yeah,
with automatic.
We'll see if neaLaN takes contact first. I don't think he's showing any signs of stopping. And not stopping, hitting head.
That'll change the round. They're rotating quite quickly here. Frozen towards B, Dexter move, Torji as well. If they continue over towards this side, okay, never mind. Cool your jets.
Yeah, Dexter's going to be back in time.
Yeah, cool your jets indeed. That is a missed opportunity.
Oh, that is the opposite of a missed opportunity, Chad. That's quite an opportunity laid out by automatic. Torji takes down Hex. Still, that's not the name he's looking for. They know automatic has slipped into the site.
Is he going to get a B?
Considering it. He's only got 25.
There's
He'd have to get a wiggle on.
But there is time for this, and there's a massive gap. Why would you expect this? Is Torji really going to consider this? He's over towards spawn right now. He's not open to this position just yet. He's considering it. Torji, the mind on him, but a massive shot from automatic.
That was against an AWP. He just takes the duel, wins it out one-on-one. Just enough time to get that bomb down. Can he reposition? Frozen has made his presence clear. Trajectory of the incendiary. Just a duel. Automatic. Looking for 4. And he pulls EG into an 8th. The only major champion in the server. Showing his pedigree.
What a round that was. How has he pulled that one off? That one is going to leave a mark.
And it's got under their skin.
Oh, it should do. How do you lose that round? How does he get them into this?
This is how it started, man. Double. Automatic hit.
Huge
that
shot.
Scorcher. And this one as well. This is all a beautiful sequence of events from automatic. And he reads the play. Frozen just steps into his scope, and I can see that's bothered him.
It should never have happened like that, right? The round should never have unfolded in that fashion. And well, against the ropes right now, how does that shot look from Torji's POV?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Just a complete Ferrari peek into the AWP. He even considered it, like, at that moment. So, well, neaLaN's got some company, it seems, in this battle to remain undefeated in day 1 of the Rio de Janeiro major.
Well, here he is again, opening up the account this time round.
That hurts. xertioN, big on the D. Low and even lower. 6 feet dug by Hex. JDC's Deeg still able to fill the feed. It's still set for an EG conversion. This gap starting to get concerningly close for the MOUZ boys. Another racked up from that AK xertioN farms. Another $300, make it 6. As he adds a couple to his own personal tally. But yeah, yet to see a CT round out of MOUZ. Dexter likely going to be wanting to call a little bit of a change up in your setup.
Call a timeout. Just have a bit of a chill, a bit of a chat. We're talking about change in setup. Well, you have exactly that coming your way, Alex. Double orbs. Now JDC showed us what he can do on that towards the tail end of that first half of play. torji rocking the other. It's JDC and xertioN who have been finding a lot of impact here, at least in the kill department. But this is a 2-round game now. This is very, very close to the change for EG as well. xertioN, the double nade, the double dunk.
Yeah, oh, and there's more. The entire EG team missing on the milk cartons in the first 10 seconds as frozen. The round's over. That's a bit of a record breaker. 1 minute 37 it reads, and giggles for MOUZ.
Okay, that's one way to get your first round on the board.
But
okay.
Back-to-back doubles from xertioN.
Yeah.
This time converted.
With the nade, that's something special, isn't it? Nade comes through and he starts spamming here. He starts spamming it, so it's him completely. It's him completely right there. What a wombo combo that was, and everybody doing exactly what they needed to do. Yeah, that should put a smile on the face. One more of those and EG will be broken.
Didn't even have to see the orbs. torji fired off a shot, connected one of them, but JDC perhaps remains an unknown entity.
But torji has all the mid control right now, right? They forced the gap in the window smoke, so he can see that nobody's top mid. That means A or B should be on high alert here, and well, we know it's going to be this A finish. Under the balcony is going to be xertioN. Dexter over towards Ticket, and here they come.
That Molly's got xertioN's name written all over it. torji. Oh, nice. Immediate extinguish, and so the gap there. automatic does meet that orb. xertioN active. And it's Hex that finds him. Big for EG. Need another. Still bodies on the side. Not anymore. Dexter clotheslined by the AK of Breeze. Flashes forcing them into a retake setup. Frozen does want to remain a threat. Jiggling out on CT spawn. torji still has that cross. Oh, and swung on. A rare miss from torji on the orb.
Big miss. And now it might have to be the save. JDC will grab them something back. Frozen starting to relinquish control of CT spawn as he slinks back towards JDC over towards that B bomb site. But EG, they'll get it done. They'll get it done. A nice little execute towards that A site, even losing that opening frag. You can see what happened in that situation. The flash came forward. xertioN stepped out. He didn't see anything towards ramp, tried to reposition, and Hex bops him. And that was the way in towards the side there. The kill, I think it was Breeze onto Dexter. That was the difference maker. If Dexter gets the kill, okay, then maybe we'll get into a trade game. But the fact that he gets nothing, not good enough. And double digits secured now for EG. The rifle's retained, sure. Lost bonus, great for drops. So MOUZ will be able to invest again, doing this one by the book, not just throwing around away for no good reason.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like neaLaN has been online from the start, clearly, but he's been online long enough that the rest of the team can now start to join him. We have got a real competitive scoreline here, 10-12. This is the shot you were talking about, Breeze. That frag, boy, it was a snappy one. And a miss from torji that he will likely not be happy with himself.
Well, the series I'm referencing from the RMR was during the Group B of the European side of things. It was the final matchup. It was a 2-2 game in the Swiss. It was MOUZ versus Sungar. And a lot of people are saying, who? Exactly. Sungar were able to bounce back after an overtime loss on their map pick of Inferno. Went to Vertigo, blew MOUZ out of the water, and then had a close affair on Ancient. And torji, throughout that series, he went -15. Right? He was the worst player in the server. And this is what we're talking about in terms of MOUZ being inexperienced in these type of situations. Your AWPer in a game like this, especially, we discussed it at the start of this matchup. EG, you'd be licking your chops if you MOUZ to go up against a team like this, especially if you had the pick of the litter in this category. Yeah, sure, we'll take them on. So here, MOUZ, maybe an opportunity starting to slip here. Still a 2-round game, so no harm, no foul just yet.
Yeah, this looks like it's got some pace in it, at least initially on their excursions. Sirk goes posting up on B. Nothing to report. It's JDC on the other side of things. No AWP this time, just the one.
They have mid control at least.
You should have info on this jiggle, but that's enough to force the smoke out. torji's not eloping. He actually wants to, slow-mo his way back into safety just in time as Hex mantles the bench. Bomb scooped up, Sirk back to spawn.
Just looking at this setup here, Dexter is committed, ready. Will not be able to leave Sandwich here without some util to help him get out. The gap at the moment, potentially connector. And again, it is looking likely to be A. So Hexton, neaLaN in combination towards mid are still flushing out some of this map control. Vent room, if you have that secured here, you have a key piece of real estate.
xertioN's just living in that smoke. And JDC has taken down the #1 fragger, neaLaN, down with no damage. 500 health for MOUZ. And xertioN arriving just in time to stop Hex's progress. Dexter still, that sandwich position pays off, and it's all MOUZ. xerk the only exception, and it would have to be exceptional with 20 HP, 4 to find, 20 seconds. This is done as MOUZ look to put their second CT round on the board.
But when they come, they seem to come a bit easy.
Yeah.
So that one there, just one casualty. Dexter committed to that position, one and done. xerk can contribute that kill, sure. And we'll be able to save. They're not coming looking, they're not coming knocking. And now, well, sure, they've had this success, but that's the problem when you don't get yourself enough rounds on that CT half, is you don't have a lot of room for error. And the fact that you've been winning by this margin, well, the cash is not flush, right? They're not sitting pretty in terms of residual, and the loss bonus is bottom of the barrel, and that spells a bit of disaster in that regard. So they will be able to buy again into play. Yeah, a couple of misfits utility there. Like that Molotov wasn't deep enough. It wasn't going to flush the jungle player out. Didn't have to move. The flash flustered as well. So xerk is having a rough go of things here. It's hard, right? The conversation about AWPers on both sides here. It's just fortunate for torzsi that he's got some riflers that are really popping off.
And I mean, this is my first taste, at least in the casting chair, of new look EG. And it is certainly more hopeful than what showed up in Dusseldorf and left Dusseldorf the next day.
Yeah, less face palms.
Less face palms and
huffing
oopsies.
and puffing. And yeah, this is like a team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you know, a team out of major.
So there's some excitement to be had right here, and maybe more. A timeout was called. That's the third from EG, and they forced in everything they've got. Throwing the kitchen sink at them here to try and hold on to this best of one. Galil's, AKs, Tech9, and that AWP, but xerk, right, he saved it. We need to see something.
Oh, is that a little gap? Yeah, a slight slither, nothing more to work with. torzsi investigates it and thinks better of it. Couple of compromises, full all-in out of the EGT side.
I think they're trying to level the playing field, allow the protocol utility at MOUZ to be used here, the early incendiaries, the early block smokes here to push them around the map. And once that happens, then it's going to be more about the angels, right? So you haven't lost any key territory. You made sure that you knew you had most of the mid control with that little boost we just saw over towards top mid. Automatic knows that nobody's pushed B. Hex is somewhat aware that hopefully no one has gone through the B apps here behind him. And they are gearing up now for what should be an A finish. So Dexter, the only man on the site, but we'll have contributions from xertioN. Maybe just xertioN. I was going to say torzsi. I'm not sure where he's going to end up. Automatic's just walked out. They're on the site, Alex.
He's cleared ramp. Dexter screaming he needs xertioN's help now. He's just hiding, waiting to strike in unison with the teammates. Ooh, on the jiggle, finds nothing but bullets through the box. He's down. xerk hits the wallbang. And problems now for MOUZ. EG burrowing into the site, bomb to be planted, Hex on the flank has let it go, and a problem now as all 4 frags from MOUZ in quick succession, and that advantage just disappears. It evaporates, and now you said no face palms, perhaps a little bit of face to palm action for EG. It started brilliantly, and now staring at an opponent's 14th round on the board, and you got 2K in the coffers. Yeah,
that's a bit of a rough one there. Just to talk a bit more about the Dexter situation, I think he was expecting a few more sound cues, at least of utility here, but this is xertioN again. It's getting into a pressure game, it's getting a little bit close, and he steps up with a massive round, 4 kills to his name, 26 in total. So he continues to step up when called upon, and now it looks like just a Tech9 play towards A. Some smokes, some flashes, and away we go.
Completely unbothered. A performance like this, yeah, he's going to be right up at the highest ranking at the end of day 1 for the individuals. Dexter deals with xerk, more advancing, a full commitment early from EG. And no problems here for MOUZ. One after another, the bodies drop, 28 and counting, another multi-kill for xertioN. Can't take it on his own, needs JDC's help to make 15 a reality, but there it is. MOUZ. 5 opportunities to find 1 round.
Let's see if xertioN can find himself that dirty 30. We've had a couple of those today. So some beast mode performances and EG without any money, right? You guys get the drill. Last timeout will be called. I respect that. You may as well use them if you have them. Just to talk through what option is available here. You just tried an A execute. Hey, maybe we try a B execute in similar vein with the Tech-9s, with all that good gear. And it gives an opportunity for Cyclone, the coach of MOUZ. If you don't know his lineage, his history, he was actually coaching the academy team, MOUZ NXT. I'm sure you've heard it referenced a lot here. And he's been able to bring the majority of that team with him over the course of this year,
Yeah.
one by one.
Yeah, I'm sure Frozen's quaking in his boots.
No, I think Frozen is the one who's definitely safe out of the mix right here. It's maybe Dexter. Maybe Shuey gets a bit of a call up.
Well, yeah.
See how things go with Gamer Legion. They're looking hot to trot as well. But with the cam shots we've had around the arena, while this match is out, I think there's anticipation to see Imperial play up next.
Oh, I'm sure they'll find their voices and that drum will start to beat, as will the hearts of the crowd here. And Torji looking to get it done. Breeze down early. Automatic on the hunt. xertioN will bail himself out. The smoke does bloom. The molly considered, and pace into the B site. JDC puts the bomb carrier down. Commitment out of neaLaN. Needs it on the Tech-9. Cannot find it. And ooh, not enough bullets. It's over. 16. It's found quickly. And the crowd happy with that. The jerseys are working, and so is MOUZ. A first on a major stage for some of them. And quite a fantastic first day in the office.
Yeah, great stuff, 2-0. Well, best of 3, and they're in the legend stage here, so smiles on the faces, and well, a round of applause. The crowd appreciate the performances put on here today. Great stuff from MOUZ. EG, they made it look close, but this is a pretty one-sided affair.